Let's make a bet on each of Monday's two NFL matchups, shall we? I'm Professor MJ, sports betting advisor and holder of a PhD in statistics. In the first game, I am taking the New York Jets plus 3 points in Miami. Honestly, the main reason is because the Dolphins look like a dysfunctional team. I find it unlikely that they're going to win this contest by a margin of 4 points or more. In short, Miami has a better offense while New York has the better defense. However, we have a lot more positive vibes out of Aaron Glenn's squad. Even during training camp, I kept reading reports about how bad Miami looked, and Mike McDaniel being a strong candidate to be fired during the 2025 season. Following their 0-3 start, that could very well happen if the Dolphins are the victim of an upset on Monday night against hated division rivals. Miami's ground game continues to do well, but somehow they try to throw the ball often. They rushed 25 times for 130 yards in Buffalo last week. Tua Tagovailoa completed 22 of 34 passes for just 146 yards. If you do the math, it amounts to a meager 4.3 yards per attempt average. All they do are short and intermediate passes, but opposing defenses know what's coming. I liked what I saw from wide receiver Malik Washington. The 6th-round pick from 2024 out of Virginia looked explosive to me. He could become a good complement to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. However, their defense keeps struggling a lot. They have given up 33, 33, and 31 points so far this year. They are depleted in the secondary. They may have a chance to get Storm Duck and Ifeatu Melifonwu back this week, but it remains uncertain at the moment. If they are out, that's going to help the Jets for sure. Meanwhile, who will be under center for the Jets this week? Based on how Tyrod Taylor played in Tampa Bay, Justin Fields can take his time to make sure he's okay following his concussion. Remember how Fields accumulated just 27 passing yards in more than 3 quarters against the Bills in his last appearance. He was just dreadful. Last week, Tyrod Taylor completed 26 of 36 passes for 197 yards. 2 TD passes and 1 interception in Tampa. He also carried the ball 8 times for 48 yards. He can still do some damage with his legs despite being 36 years old. He targeted and connected often with Garrett Wilson, which is a smart thing to do. They had great chemistry and they could dissect Miami's defense on Monday. I am worried about some defensive injuries on the Jets' side though. Linebacker Quincy Williams was placed on IR. 3 other starters are at risk of missing the Miami contest: Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner, and Tony Adams. That makes me nervous and less confident about this betting tip. Still, I feel like taking the Jets and the extra 3 points is a sound idea. Let's roll with that! The fading Bengals are traveling to Denver to take on the Broncos. Most sportsbooks have a spread of 7 or 7.5 favoring the Broncos. But here is my personal suggestion. Betting Denver minus 6.5 points. It will require you buying half a point or perhaps a full point, but I believe it's a good investment. Sure, the payout will be lower, but it increases our win probability by a good margin. Based on scientific research, peak athletic performance occurs in the late afternoon or early evening. In this case, the game will feel like being played at 8:15 p.m. for Cincinnati players versus 6:15 for Denver's players. That provides an edge to the Broncos. Moreover, we have the revenge factor going Denver's way. Indeed, they allowed 499 total yards to the Bengals in a 30-24 overtime defeat last year. I'm sure Denver's defensive players remember that game vividly, and they will be looking for blood on Monday night. Speaking of their defense, many people projected them to be the best in the NFL this year. They were not that impressive in Indianapolis in Week 2, but I thought they did a fine job last week despite losing in LA against the Chargers. They racked up 5 sacks and put a lot of pressure on Justin Herbert. Now up against a weak Bengals offensive line, they should have a lot of success at shutting down Cincy's offense. I am aware of the fact that Bo Nix has had mitigated success in year 2. Sitting on a 1-2 record, the Broncos must win at home against a team starting a backup QB. Last week, the Broncos went 2 for 13 on third downs, but that's going to improve dramatically against a weak Bengals defense. I expect a get-right game for Bo Nix and the whole offense. Cincinnati's defense surrendered 400 yards to Jacksonville in Week 2. Last week, the Vikings ran the ball 31 times for 169 yards, a 5.5 yard per carry average. The Bengals have not been able to run the ball this year. In total, they have rushed 61 times for 147 yards, a 2.4 average. They are unlikely to run the ball against Denver, and if they keep throwing, then Browning is likely to get sacked often. I don't see many good scenarios for Cincinnati in this match. Please note that Denver is 6-1 against the spread as a home favorite since last year. They will be mad after losing 2 games in a row on a late field goal. I expect Denver to demolish the Bengals in this contest, so I am putting my money on Denver minus 6.5 points. As always, I am offering a nice gold betting package where you will receive the top 3 prop bets for the Monday games. You can see last Monday's selections, which posted a 2-1 record. If David Montgomery gives himself up after picking up the first down with less than 2 minutes remaining in the game instead of scoring the touchdown, which would have 100% secured the win, all 3 bets would have won. Instead, Lamar Jackson completed 3 more passes, which cost us the win with under 19.5 completions. Still, we won the other 2 plays, but it would have been nice to go 3-0. I have often repeated how prop bets are the easiest way to beat bookies. That's why they impose lower betting limits on this market. Bookies know they are vulnerable on props. It has generated a good portion of my winnings since 1999. If you are interested to join our group of savvy sports investors who receive those high-value plays, just follow the link in the comment sections below to sign up. The product also comes with a money-back guarantee, so what have you got to lose? It will be a pleasure to share the picks with you so that we can boost your bankroll. I'm Professor MJ. It's been a pleasure serving you, my betting friend.